Well, hello there friends, Joanna here. Welcome to my channel. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I so appreciate that. Now today you will witness me struggling with a cane, which is not very unusual because we already have established that canes are not my forte. You have to be so detail oriented and that is not me. So it was a struggle. Was it fun? Yes, it was a lot of fun, and the outcome is good as well. So let me show you how this came to life. Okay, so I'm grabbing some clays and you may recognize some colors. There's Peacock, there's green apple pearl, there is teal pearl, there's black, there's pearl, and I'm kind of putting them together the way I want them to be layered on the cane. Now, this doesn't mean anything because I changed things around anyways, but there you have it. So I rolled out all those different clays, but you can see that the black was the only clay that was rolled out on a very thin number of the pasta machine. And now I want the black to be there, but I don't want it to be very dominant. So I'm starting with Peacock Pearl, and that's the middle, and I'm putting the green apple pearl on top. Now I'm not going to completely cover it because you will see why not. And then I'm gonna go with the black. Now I decided to create this cane big. I've seen people creating the cane like really big and then decreasing it, and all my canes have always been small. So I wanted to see what kind of experience it would be to create a big cane and then decrease it. Did I like it? Nope. And I'm gonna show you guys why I didn't like it. But you can watch for now all those different colors that I'm putting on. So you have pearl, then I have the apple, then the black, then I have teal, then I go in with pearl again, and now I'm going back with white. And I did change I rearranged the colors. So, but you can see that the black was the color that was rolled out the thinnest. I really didn't want it to be like really, really dominant, like I already mentioned. So there you have it. Here are all my colors. And when I got to the end, I was like, you know what? I really want white on the outside. So I added some white to the outside. But do you see how big it is? I've never started off with a cane that was this big. And so right now it is all about forming and shaping it into that little teardrop, which, you know, and maybe like decreasing it a little bit. That's what I was trying to do, like decrease it just a tiny bit. But before I went any further, I decided to cut a couple of slivers inside, actually 3 slivers, and I'm putting some white clay in it. It's rolled out probably on number 6 of the pasta machine, and you'll see it. It will look very, very pretty in my flower. So at this point, this is all going to be about decreasing and working with the clay. Now, like I said, I have never started off with a big piece of clay like this. I always work with smaller clays, but I thought that maybe it would be easier to add detail to the clay when you're starting it off as a big piece. And I was not successful because I don't think I have enough practice with it. You know, I don't make canes very often because I know I'm not good at making canes, so I just don't make them that often. But you can see that I'm struggling here, but the clay is, you know, stretching, and it's getting longer and longer, so I am decreasing it somehow. I'm not even quite sure if this is the right way to decrease it or not, but I'm working on it. Okay, so I was wondering, just on a completely different note, how many of you guys have seen Les Miserables touring this year? We just went to see them the other day. It's our favorite musical. We love it so much. We probably have seen it 7 or 8 times. And this was probably the only time that we were totally not impressed with it, which was kind of sad. But yeah, I just wanted to know if any of you guys have seen it this year and if you loved it, or the singers just have a bad night. Alright, so going back to the cane, there you have it. I'm just taking little slices of it, just wanted to see how it is looking now. First, I divided it into 6 parts, and then you will see that I decided that the 6 parts are not nearly enough to make my flower, so I went back and I cut all those in half, and then I created my flower once again, and it totally worked fine that way. But you can see that this is really becoming a really big cane. This is way bigger than I anticipated to be. And yeah, I was not really digging it at this point. I'm like, you know, when I started this project, I just wanted to create something. I wasn't sure if I was even going to do a video on it, but I just figured that I'll just throw it out there so you guys can see that even those who have no idea what they are doing when they are making canes can can make some jewelry. So there you have it. I'm just taking some translucent and I'm filling it in the gaps with the translucent clay, and now I'm going to really start creating the cane, and I'm going to start decreasing it, and it did take a while to do it. I mean, like a while to do it. I mean, it took a long time to do it, and it seemed like even longer than the long time. Just because I'm not very patient with things like that. So like I said, I probably should have started with the smaller pieces of clay. They would have worked out a little bit better for me. But you can see that my flower is super crooked. It looks kind of natural, right? I mean, there's no perfection in nature, right? They say that there's like no straight line in nature, like a perfectly straight line in nature or something like that. Well, there you have it. So I have a perfectly imperfect flower that is coming to life. And at this point, I was getting a little bit more comfortable with it because at least it's manageable size, because we started off with just such a huge flower. And you know, those first few slices are like, oh my goodness, how is this going to look? And looks fine. I mean, like I said, you have to, in order to create a perfect cane, you have to be really precise, and that's not me. And you do remember this top for my candle. I'm going to use it today as well because it's handy, and I seriously love it. So with this cutter, I didn't really cut out the pendant yet, the oval cutter. I just kind of marked where the pendant is going to go. That's how I knew where to put all my little cane pieces. You know, I get it. The cane is not perfect, but I was actually happy with it because it was so much work to get it from where it was to where it is right now, that I will never tell you that this video was easy. I always tell you that this project is so easy. Well, that project was not that darn easy because of the cane, but that's okay. I'm totally, at this point, I really was enjoying it, and that was my first pendant, and I thought it came out pretty darn nice. The black, however, was just a little bit too black for me, so I just took some perfect pearl powder and I just added to the top. I thought it came out really nice. I just didn't like that black being so harsh there. And then I took one slice and I decided, well, you know what, how about if I take that one slice and turn it into one pendant? So I'm like, okay, I'm going to take and create a round pendant with it. So I cut out a round pendant, and then of course I had to touch it, and then I started twisting it, and I'm like, ooh, I'm just going to give it that little twist to it, and then I went and with another slice, and I made that slice even bigger by stretching it and rolling it out. So you can see that my little cane slice is much bigger. I'm using a little bit larger cutter for this one, and this one again I'm going to do the same kind of little twisty thing. I actually really love the way this came out. It makes me feel like it's a flower, especially after I added that pearl inside. It totally made me feel that you have this beautiful flower, this Hawaiian flower, and there you have it. They are going in the oven at 270 degrees Fahrenheit. And ta-ta! Here is my finished product. I use polyurethane on the two flowers, and then I use the resin on the flat pendant. I didn't want to get the resin runs on the flowers, so I think polyurethane was probably a better choice. With that being said, my friends, let me know what you thought about this video, and if you have any tips on creating a cane, please give them to me. I love tips. I'm learning so much from you guys. You have no idea. And with that being said, till next time, ta-ta.